This girl has tried to cancel me every year consistently for the past 5 fucking years. I have not spoken to this woman since 2018. I think May 1st, 2018 was the last fucking thing that I've ever, like, the last little discussion that I ever had with her whatsoever. She's talking about she would always fly to California to hang out with me, this and that, and here's why. Me and her, I don't even remember how we met right now. I tried to remember because we have a special guest coming into the stream today. The ring's just not on my finger right now. We have a special guest coming in, and me, this girl, our special guest, and a couple other girls that you may remember from back in the Overwatch days, we made an Overwatch team together, all girls team. 2 of those little girlies left because they thought they were big and bad. And honestly, they didn't like this girl right here. No one wanted to really be associated with this girl right here. The other girls on the team, Marla, Kristen, Sayumi, and I think Swimmer. The team really had a lot of issues with little Miss Girl who needs attention. She got kicked off the team because she was extremely problematic. She was getting boosted on her accounts, and while getting boosted on her accounts, her friends were over here saying homophobic slurs, racism, like here and there. There was a lot going on, and we kept trying to tell her the more controversies that you're around, the more. She was posting revenge porn of girls, and here's where things got really problematic between me and her directly. And let me just make something clear. In December, January, she was dating a league professional player. While dating this league professional player, she was very much actively pursuing other professional video game players. No, this wasn't even soda poppin'. I haven't even gotten to the soda poppin' lore yet. Okay, because that goes deep too, because you could just Google that. That's all over YouTube. After she dated Soda Poppin', and when he broke things off with her, they had like a little public spat on, it's on YouTube. You can go YouTube it yourself. But long story short, I'm pretty sure in one of the videos, he says that she moved to Texas to go be near him when he had already broken things off, and he found that very off-putting. Here's where this girl gets real salty. Between me and her, she was always talking to me about like, this guy and this guy and this guy are just so fucking mean to me, and like, why don't they want me, and why don't they love me? And I'm sitting here like, I'm reading the messages that she's sending me between like them and them, right? And I'm like, you just called him an ugly fucking rat and said that he's a stupid fucking bitch. Y'all have only been together for like a couple weeks. If he is telling you that he does not want a girlfriend, why are you still pursuing him when you're dating this other guy apparently? And you're over here watching this other guy's stream and typing in this other guy's chat, so on and so forth. So me and her, at that point, I was like, you know what? Me and you, we're good. We're good. I'm distancing myself from you. I don't really fuck with you like that anymore. I recognize in these tweets that she is calling me her best friend. Her and I, we had some good times going out. I thought she was cool, and until I saw her behavior that she showed me herself. Her and I, we would be really close, especially when she was coming out to California. She was not coming out to California to hang out with me. She mostly came out to California to hook up with whoever, be flown out by whoever. I'll be fucking damn if someone like this is trying to call me a vile person and act like they distance themselves from me because I was so fucking vile. So this right here, NME, enemy, that was her alt account. That someone was on that alt account duo queuing with her to boost her rank because she was constantly getting her ranks boosted. Do you see what this says? The person who is on this account is someone that we kept telling this girl to stop hanging out with. We were telling her, you need to stop hanging out with this guy. This guy is bad news. We've seen too many bad things about him. Do you really want to risk your reputation and what you have going for you for this guy? Then we found out she was still hanging out with him, still getting boosted by him, and then these came out. Here she is right here, laughing along with the person on the alt. This is all from the same game. Have you guys not seen the video? Because remember, like I said, she was big on revenge porn. She had posted pictures of a couple of girls, but a couple of girls in the Overwatch scene. So, you know, have you guys not seen the video of him doing it? Lol. And then this again. Oh, look, it's cum guzzler from the other guy, right? In 2017, we really didn't take as harsh of action against her as we probably should have. But we really did not appreciate her downplaying what was said. And let's just read them together. Really doesn't look good, Sherry. Yet again, you find yourself at the center of controversy, and no shocker, Haunt is involved. That was the guy who was saying the homophobic stuff. He has harassed me forever. No one gives a fuck about fodder. Kid is a victim all the time. And I was like, that's fine. I agree that he does harass you. I get that. So what she is saying here is that the guy deserves fucking homophobia and people mentioning like this video of him, this very intimate video of him. He deserves it because he harassed her in a game. I don't care. I said nothing bad, Raffle. However, now these remarks are tied to your name. And she's like, no, they're not. And I'm like, listen, I'm really not here to argue with you. That is not why we're here. I'm not either. I don't know why you would say I'm in the center of controversy when I didn't say anything. Lol. He makes sexist comments to me all the time, and I've shown proof of it before. Well, because you are at the center of controversy again. We lost this game because we have a Mercy main e-girl thinking she could play other roles. That is what she is claiming is so offensive, that she was letting her friend sit there and call him a slur. Literally could have queued with a random person no one knew and could have acted out. I didn't say anything. I think it's hilarious. He's threatening to sue me and get the police involved. I literally said nothing. I even told him to stop. Of course, he cuts it out of context, and even so, I'm not calling anyone anything. And I don't, anyone could post to Reddit, get upvoted, doesn't have to be someone with a famous name. So-and-so throws games and makes comments towards everyone for everything and harasses anyone. Okay, and what did I say that was wrong? Absolutely nothing. That's what she's saying. This is how she's defending herself. Go ahead, he can make a thread, but no one's going to side with him except 2 or 3 random people. Even so, I don't know who this is. That's why he's banned from everything. It's the fact that Haunt is saying some very offensive stuff while queuing with you on one of your accounts. It gives people another bad post to attach to your name besides the point. Because this wasn't her only controversy at the time. Oh, and then here she is minimizing it. It's fodder grasping at straws to play the victim like he always does. Who cares? Wow. Haunt called someone gay. Better sue me for it. Little kid is a joke, lol. And I'm like, he didn't just call someone gay. But okay, Sherry. Let's just hope the people we are so excited to have a phone meeting with. We had a call scheduled in like 2 days with a pretty big name org who was going to review our team and decide if they wanted to put us on a salary and so on and so forth. Hope that the people that we are all excited to have a phone meeting with see these and have the same exact viewpoint as you. Smile. And this girl has tried 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021 to cancel me over and over. And she has said that I'm racist. She has said that I'm homophobic, transphobic, so on and so forth. And I've addressed it twice. I addressed it the first time when her first accusations came out, and then I addressed it the second time because I did do some things that I didn't agree with. I was much younger at the time. This was 4 or 5 years ago, and I've always been very transparent how the Overwatch community changed my life for the better. I have very much owned up to who the fuck I was and how immature and wrong I was at the time, because there was a couple things that she had posted. They were nowhere near as bad as the shit that I just showed you about her, but they were pretty bad. Like the second and third time that she has tried to cancel me, the third, the fourth, fifth, that she has tried to cancel me, she gets reverse canceled every fucking time. She gets reverse canceled. You know why? Because the last time that she tried to cancel me, she teamed up with, this is who the fuck she teamed up with, and they started going in on these bitches. Sorry, these girls. Y'all see that right there? So this girl, this is not the girl who's tweeting the stuff, the girl who's tweeting the stuff today. This is the girl that she teamed up with at the time. This is someone else. Her name is Vodka. As far as I'm aware, Vodka has since retracted these statements and hopefully grown up from these statements. But this is to show you who when apparently I hurt her so bad, who she decided to go in and communicate with in order to take me down. Because these bitches have been trying for a long time to take me down. Let me call Marla.
So I was friends with this girl for a very good amount of time. A little over a year before I couldn't take how she brought my character down as a person. She literally scarred me because of how horrible of a human she is. She really is a cancer.
Mm-hmm.
She is so desperate for validation online on the internet that she does this. She has come back. I swear it's like a 2-year rotation that she brings up your name.
She thinks that enough people have forgotten about her and who she really is that now she could speak up and get all bold and start throwing shots. And it's always at me. And if you know why, you know why.
But she told me one time that her dream in life was to marry an esports pro or a really popular streamer, move into their house and be a stay-at-home wife and just cook for them and clean for them and let them game all day. And then if they want to game with her sometimes, she could game with them too.
Which respectfully, city girls up, okay? You know, if that's what you want, that's what you want. I'm happy for you. Shit, that doesn't sound too bad, to be honest with you. But none of us have ever been in the way of her being able to accomplish that dream. The only person who got in her fucking way was herself. Look at these fucking messages. This is a pro gamer that we all know and love, who I'm not gonna name because at the time he was 17 years fucking old at the time of dating her. 17 years old in high school. She was a 23-year-old woman. How long did she harass him for? Because you know a lot more about that relationship. I didn't know her when she was in a relationship with this guy.
She started grooming him in 2016. So she spotted him out on the internet, saw his up and coming clout and growth and popularity, and latched onto him.
Oh my God. This is her game. She changes her header, her profile picture, and pretty much her overall interests to go along with what she thinks her target wants. There's like literally documented like shit about this girl. This is the words coming straight from, at the time, a high schooler who was in a relationship with her. I have been constantly stressed out because she is almost always sad and I just can't do it. I can't do it for anyone right now. I'm not ready to commit to a serious relationship. Like at this point in my life, and especially this long distance, I would barely get to see her. I guess I might already be an asshole, so I can just tell you my other reasons. First of all, the PR from her would be awful. Big douchebag thing for me to say. She is Soda Poppin's ex, and there's so much drama with, I'm not going to say that name because for the love of God, I wish she would let him rest in peace. She is constantly bitching at people on Twitter, and like my family would be seeing all of this. She has hearts and blah, blah, blah. That my family sees too. I don't like tattoos or piercings either, and I don't want to take something away that makes her who she is. I think the age gap matters more for me because I just turned 18, so it is a lot for me right now. I liked her for her though, personality and the connection we built, I just don't know right now. Whenever I'm talking to her, her mom is bitching about America and says Sherry is crazy because of my age as well, and that it can't work out. I don't want to have problems with her family like as well on top of all this. I don't know. It adds up too much for me right now.
And what was sad to me is, and I don't know if you explicitly said this, but like he would come to me personally and he knew how close I was to her. And I advocated for him and her. And I tried to tell her like, dude, you can't do this to this kid. Like I was 25 years old, I think at the time, 25 or 26 now at this point. I'm 31 years old. So I see it even clearer than I did then. What she was doing to this boy was grooming. It's disgusting. So to take the word of a groomer who continues year after year to try to drag you online. A groomer,
manipulator, like actual just vindictive, vicious person. These are the text messages between this professional player and her when he is 18. And she's saying, you're not going to do anything about it and still be her friend. Like, she was mad that he was streaming with some girl. And the chat was making jokes that it was his new girlfriend. At this point, they're already not together. And she's sitting there messaging him like, I can't believe you're saying you cut me off for way less. Girl, anyone could cut you off for any. This has always been kind of like an issue with her. She thinks that these men that she's seeking out owe her some kind of like heartfelt, like heart separation, like, oh, like, God, I just love you. You're just not the woman for me. And
he was scared of her. He was scared.
Yes.
He has an upcoming professional career that grew into a very, very, we're not going to name who he is, but he is a profiled player who now has something for himself, and he was terrified of her. And she used that to manipulate him for months. This didn't just go on for a couple of weeks. This went on for 8 months.
This is a 23-year-old woman telling a 17, 18-year-old, you fucking pissing me off. You're a little fucking bitch. Like, they're, you know, Marla has the screenshots because he would confide in her all the time. It has the screenshots.
So sad. She is mentally unstable. And this boy that I have screenshots of, who's now a man, this is years, okay? And she's adult. She's been an adult through this whole thing. She's 29 years old.
That's the part that shocks me, that everyone just jumped on this like adept hate bandwagon. You could have literally Googled this girl and found so much more than even just what I'm showing you right now. You could search it on YouTube. You could hear it straight out of some of these people's mouths. And then this is a fun little tidbit. Same professional player. This is just fun. Glad my man got away is what he says right there. That one was just for the lulz. I'll be quite honest with you.
She's a pathological liar. And there have been so many people who have distanced themselves for her for a reason. Her word is not good. Unfortunately, she's using the fact that it's hot and fresh to just gain herself more and more clout. That's all she's ever sought and chased as long as I've known the girl. Now she's tried to clean her whole footprint of RDMs. Like, it's actually astounding. I went to look.
And now let's make a point of something else real quick. Because like I said, she has been trying the same narratives for years. That I am racist, me, adept, right? That adept is a racist and adept is a homophobe / transphobe.
Did you talk about the revenge porn?
Yes, I talked about how she used to release everyone's revenge porn. You know a lot more about that, but let me just, before you get into that, let me ask you something real quick, because chat might not know who you are. You are partially black, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And so maybe black. Every now and then you say the soft A, whatever, like back then especially, right? Have you ever in your fucking life heard me even slightly say the N-word at all? Have you ever heard me say the N-word?
No.
I'm playing the recording of when we kicked her off the team.
Oh, you mean, okay, yeah.
It was a unanimous decision that even though we respect you as a person, we just don't see you fit on this team anymore.
By what, Brandy's word? If anything, I don't think she fits on the team.
She's talking about Marla, okay? That's what she's talking about. Because I told you guys at this point that they already had a falling out. These two, girl, we would be at practice every week getting these two to stop roasting the fuck at each other, Marla and this girl. Like, they would be going at it the whole game, right? So right away, she's like, me. We recorded it because we knew how she was going to act. And let me be real clear. The second we kicked her off the team, she locked everyone out of the team accounts on Twitter, on Discord, like everything. She deleted like the little team Discord because she was like, it's mine. I made it. They're mine. You guys don't deserve it. You kicked me out. Go make your own. Like, it's purposely sabotaging things at the time.
Wait, it's also worth mentioning she was just a substitute. She knew that from the very beginning.
Yeah, she was a substitute. I think at some point she became a little bit more of a main player because we had lost some players or whatever, but she was very much a substitute. Entire team decision, everybody.
So why is it only you four? Why didn't everybody else say anything to me?
We talked. So she's mad right now that the whole team is not confronting her. Now, the whole team, in my opinion, was quite literally like afraid of her. Like, and that's why they had recorded the conversation, because there's multiple people in this call right now in that in that recording about it as a team, and they didn't want to be involved in the drama, and we told them that was okay.
Okay, so they decide to say something about me, but they don't bother to talk to me about it.
Well, they just thought that it was probably worse to bring them into this, but they gave us their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it was an uninfluenced opinion. We presented them the facts. We asked them how they felt about it, reading it, and they said it made them very uncomfortable, and they didn't like it.
I didn't say anything, though.
Okay. So remember, she is very adamant that just because her friend on her account said the F slur, that gave her. I didn't say anything, but it wasn't me who said it. Girl, you were right there laughing along with them and encouraging people to go watch the video of him that you guys are degrading him about. Like, you were not an innocent party here, and that's not acceptable.
Just about, I guess, this situation. It's just about past situations as well. It's
past situations with what?
Drama.
There's just a lot of controversy and drama.
Okay, and there's controversy about Marla too. So what about her? Is she gonna get in trouble too about it or no? Because there's a lot of things that she says to people too. Begging people for money, sending guys nudes for money who have wives. What happens when that gets out? Huh? She's not gonna get in trouble for that?
When that
happens, I have a lot of people who are in the community.
We will address it. By the way, let me just be real fucking clear that this is the pot calling the kettle black. Because one of the first things I think that me and Marla know about this girl was what we will refer to as the laptop situation. The laptop, and what else did she get?
Tickets to MLG Dallas.
Tickets to MLG Dallas.
Yeah,
this was very much an instance of the pot calling the kettle black. Okay? And it was just part of her controversies at the time.
And don't like her. There's a lot of people who don't like her attitude towards me especially.
I agree, her attitude has been...
it's crazy to me.
No, and the fact that she wants to sit there and tell me, oh, well, I think you should sit out, or we should drop you.
The whole team was on my side with it.
She misses practice all the time to go hang out with her boyfriend and then blatantly lies to us. But yet nobody wants to say anything about that. And you guys want to...
Oh, yeah, your boyfriend at the time. What did she have involvement with your boyfriend at the time?
She was secretly DMing my boyfriend who was coaching our team for a little bit, trying to get free boosts on Overwatch, and then flirting with him. Then she offered him nudes
for boosting. But yet she's calling out, Marla for doing X, Y, and Z back when, whenever the fuck she was doing those things, and just like holding things on her head when the girl was actively doing the same thing, if not worse, all the time.
Say that I don't take anything seriously,
with people's
she
boyfriends.
Takes nothing seriously either. So why is she not getting
her
punished
teammates.
and I'm getting punished for it? That makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
It was a team vote. They all voted, and that's what they
Okay,
wanted.
well, they can tell me that themselves.
Okay. Well, we'll put in the girls only thing that they can confirm that that's what they said.
They can. Okay, sure. Because I feel like there's a lot of secrets.
Nudes for boost. Listen, back then, being high rated in Overwatch was like do or die especially for her.
I guess at this point I understand your frustration and everything, but the fact that it's so public, I think, is the thing that we made like a rule not to.
You need to come back to LA ASAP. You really do.
And she always gets in fights with people too. So why isn't she?
That's Kristen telling her. Kristen even
talking about the.
I'm talking about Brandy. Yeah, I'm talking about her because there's a lot of times she's gotten in arguments with people too. So what?
Pursuit.
It's
Stop
just gonna
exposing
go
Maria in the chat. When they become an issue that we have to deal with, we will deal with them. But at this point, they're not.
Okay, but they've been issues before, and she's gotten in arguments with people, and nobody says anything about it.
While she was on Team
I just feel like
I don't see where you're talking about.
Yeah,
while she's on.
It's been a long time ago when she got in a fight with people, silent included. What happened with that?
Didn't we discuss it as a team, and we told her to take down some of the comments that she had?
And last time the team broke up, the problems usually was with her attitude. I thought she was going to change it, but it just seems like everybody likes to use me as a punching bag on the team. And I'm tired of it, especially her. I feel
this isn't about call isn't about Marla though. This call is about the whole team not wanting you on the team anymore. I'm almost certain she called you the R word right here or something.
Simple as that.
I think she does.
Oh no, she hung up. I tried to distance myself from her when I found out she was using her last BF for money. This is the guy, Eric, that I was talking about. His name's not really Eric. She goes, using her last boyfriend for money while cheating on him. I found it very odd how she always had to casually throw in her date's salary whenever explaining them. Okay, my ex, Eric, I dated him for 1.5 years when I was 20 something, 22, 23. His dad was a very wealthy, according to him, I don't know, this guy ended up being a fucking liar and really gross, but he literally had a dad who owned something, and that's how this guy had money. He didn't have a salary. His dad did not pay him a salary. There would be no point in time ever that I would mention his salary because he didn't have one. He would just spend money that his dad would give him, or he had access to accounts or whatever it was. The guy did not have a salary. And let's go on. She was using him for money while cheating on him. None of that is true. The guy literally, we were long distance, and yeah, he would pay for my flights, he would pay for our hotels, our dates. He was just a provider type of guy. That's who he liked to be. Cheating on him, listen, there was one instance that is cheated on him, one instance. Me and Eric had broken up, and I was sexually assaulted by an ex-NFL player at the time, and I had to process that. And one of the ways that I processed it was by running back into a relationship with a guy who wanted to be back in a relationship with me, and things went very bad, very south. I found out that he had saved, so he catfished me when we got together. I forgave him because I didn't really give a shit. I loved him for who he was. I didn't care what he looked like, and I thought he was good looking anyways. I mean, not like, you know, I don't know, like, you guys will probably look at him and make fun of him. I hope you don't, because that's fucked up. But like, I didn't care. I liked him for who he was. He catfished me, and I forgave him. But I had asked him to please just let us start anew. Let us start fresh. Please delete all the old pictures of me. He had very intimate pictures of me that I wanted him to delete. And we continued a relationship, like I said, for 1.5 years. After about 1 year and a couple months, I found out that he had an entire folder of my intimate pictures that he proved to me that he deleted and swore to me that he deleted. Me and this person, we had a very, very ugly ending of our relationship. He was unfaithful. He was lying to me. He was using some girl in a pawn against me. And Sherry, this other girl who's on Twitter right now, was like, the girl that he got with was a viewer. She was literally a fan. She was a viewer. And this girl, his new girlfriend, and the girl who's attacking me on Twitter right now, decided once again, because I'm telling you, she has tried to cancel me over and over and over again. So was using the new girlfriend to say that I was home wrecking, I was doing all this and that, I was using him for his money, this and that, like just so much shit that was just so easily disproven. She is a manipulator who only cares about herself. All of this is just projection. She would make me feel like I could trust her. I cannot tell you how many times I broke down in tears crying to someone who I thought cared. For a while, I did care, right? Like, me and her were friends for a few months tops. Towards the end, she would show me the screenshots of these people she was crying about over and over and over again. And she was literally like attempting or dating 3, 4, 5 of them at the same time. She would go to these conventions and seek out specific people and trying to hook up with specific people, and like very calculated, very planned. But people started thinking of us as like shady and like seeking individuals at the time. And we were like, man, like, we are people of substance who have earned our way Like, the reason why I would hang out with the Overwatch crew at the time is because I was friends with these people. They would see me in video games in their Overwatch high rank lobbies all the time. We would talk outside of the game, inside of the game all the time. They knew me by name. And she is saying that she broke down in tears and like all that I did was use that information she gave me against her. The only way I used it against her was to call out how toxic I would look at her messages and I would hold her accountable as a friend. And I would say, the way that you were talking to these people, you were so like, she would be in their chats, harassing their chats, making fake accounts, making fake Twitter accounts, harassing these men over and over and over again. Meanwhile, dating multiples of them at the same time if she could, but none of them really wanted to like wife her up at the time. But they would fuck, you know, like they would do that. But she would just relentlessly be up in there looking, searching, like posting. And I was like, you know, you're just out of hand. You're out of hand, and I don't really agree with the things you're saying. I'm sorry. And so her and I started having conflict, and then eventually we faded out. When I came to her woman to woman, that was it. We were done. We never spoke again. About 5 years ago, okay, almost 5 years ago on the dot, she literally would purchase or somehow spoof a new phone number to constantly harass me and the people around me. If our friendship meant anything to you, that you would try and put in a word for me to be on stream with certain people. Like I said, did I ever stop this girl from having anything in her life? Anything? She's saying that I would coincidentally end up at the same outings with certain individuals, and then that
Sam, you're
saying,
from Los Angeles, the center
and
of
I'm actually those ranks of those people. Like all the Overwatch high-ranking people that like to go out, we all just used to go out, and she was so mad that she couldn't be there because she lived in Canada. Like, girl, it was true. Like, we randomly ran into all the Overwatch people knowing other Overwatch people. We'd be going to the clubs together. Listen, when Overwatch first went professional, every single Overwatch professional lived in the same apartment complex. It was like a big frat campus. We would be walking down the halls and you would see, oh, here's so-and-so's room. Here's the other guy's room. Here's the other guy's room. Here's the other guy's room. It's true that sometimes I would be there with one friend and I would see 2, 3, 4, 5 other friends. And she's over here trying to say like, oh, she would just so coincidentally end up, yeah, bitch, we were all in Burbank. Where else were we gonna go? Like, that's where we wanted to hang out. We'd go to the bars, the clubs. You guys know who all my friends were back then. Like, come on, relax. And then she's saying right here that, and in the, okay, here, I'll play the video for you.
Okay, no, whatever. I don't need that from Felix, right?
Oh, sorry.
I don't need that it has to be there for me. The IRL stream could be good for both of our channels, and it is content, and I'm very focused on that. And that would be the only thing that I would be asking you to understand, aside from tonight.
She posts that little dinky 20-second video of me talking about being on Ice Poseidon's stream. How many times have I told you guys that I don't care that I was on Ice's stream doing a music video with them? I don't care that it was like, I didn't know who the fuck they were and how problematic that they were. But everyone trying to say that I was like a whore twerking, this and that, whatever. I was there on business. Like, it's creators collaborating with other creators. What is the issue there? There's no issue there. I'm pretty sure that's what she's speaking on. And then certain people here and there wanted to work from that point on and do other streams from that point on, and they kind of felt like they needed her permission because everyone was really afraid of like upsetting her because they knew the harassment wrath that they would have to face. And so everyone would be trying to skirt around that and try to like contain the fucking crazy, like, you know, the fake phone calls, the fake messages, the fake accounts, Twitter accounts, Snapchat accounts. Like, you would be attacked on everything if you set this person off. And so at the time, we're just like, you know, trying to everyone's trying to keep the waters calm because at that point people are wanting to work with people and not upset her. And I'm like, I'm trying to explain that to her, and now she's trying to say, girl, listen, I lived my life very happily, very in love, foolishly, heartbreakingly, painfully in love for years, for fucking years. Ain't no fucking business transaction around here. Please shut the fuck up. Respectfully, shut the fuck up. You sound so corny saying that shit. I built a whole entire life, you know, doing things, having, you know, like a home, with foolishly in love. Like, give me a fucking break. There was none of this like, oh, she's just been doing everything just for business. I wasn't even able to stream half the fucking time. I was so busy being foolishly in love and blind to certain shit. Give me a fucking break. What a stupid fucking comment to make when it has been so long. You guys can go watch my vlogs. You can go watch my vlogs and look at the kind of pride and ownership that I took in my beautiful fucking home, my beautiful life that I thought that I had at the time. And honestly, you look back at it and you realize that the veil comes off at some point and things ain't so fucking sunny anymore. You know, like, come on, the proof exists. You can go look at the proof. None of this shit was a manipulation trying to capitalize on anyone, anything. Give me a fucking break. And let's just do a little bit of quick fucking math. Okay, we've moved on from the other topic, the other girl on Twitter. I think that's a case that can be closed once again for hopefully for fucking ever. But honestly, we are probably gonna have to remind people who that is every year. But on to the next situation, on to the next girl. This next girl, you know, like I did not force anyone to call me. I lived my life. I went to Las Vegas on May 8th. Actually, it starts further than that. I went to the Tiffany store on May 8th, and a wedding ring was purchased for me on May 8th of this year, 2023. On May 8th, I flew to Vegas. And on May 9th, I met Nicolas Cage. And then on May 15th, I posted a picture of the wedding ring that we are speaking on and the picture with Nicolas Cage and so on. And pictures of me in Las Vegas. Okay? And I get a call on the 15th, 3.5 to 4 weeks ago. I was in Vegas, having things purchased for me, meeting Nicolas Cage, and more. A lot more. And then 1 week exactly later, I get a call from someone who I had no real reason. I had no ongoing friendship with this person. Her and I had communicated before, and we knew each other years ago, along with Little Miss that we just spent talking about. She called me with something to say, and I listened to her, and I was there for her, and I supported her, and I still do support her. And it's really sad. It's really sad to see her be used as a manipulation tool. But in all honesty, maybe that's what she wants, because she has a lot to gain from it, as you can see by the screenshots that I just showed you. And you're telling me that I am threatened and like these narratives are being said about me, that I've just simply lost my fucking mind and I've lost my shit over something that's been going on for 2 weeks? Something's been going on for 2 weeks and y'all don't think that something is wrong with that picture? That's supposed to have some kind of significance, that it's been going on for a couple weeks? It's significant, but in ways that I'm not going to talk about right now. There's a lot more where this came from. A lot. Way more. Because I listened. and I believe and I support. And like I said, yeah, you know, I might think that it's sad, and I do think that this person is being used as a tool and being held on to so that she never calls me again, so that she never says the same stories again. Honestly, I feel for her. I don't think that I don't think she's realizing what she's in for when it comes to what is going on. And I'll answer her calls all day. And I'm really sad, but I wish it wasn't this way. And I tried to help, and I tried to do what I can, but people are gonna make their own choices. People are gonna make their own choices, and this was hers. So if everyone could just stop the fucking narratives, that would be fucking great. Today was a lot. I don't take pride in having to talk and keep attacking people back and forth for 5-6 fucking years of my life. I don't enjoy any part of it. It's disgusting. We are all guilty of something. We all have things that we have learned and grown from. But if people are gonna sit here and try to hold shit against me, call me vile, bitch has got another thing coming. Listen, okay, I get it. Certain types of people, they cannot stand to hear me talk. Yeah, I get it. I know. I'm annoying. My voice is annoying. Everything about me is annoying. I'm the wrong gender. I'm the wrong height. I'm the wrong weight. Blah, 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 this and that. I fucking get it. But my God, if the narratives would just stop, maybe y'all would have to stop listening to me.